Hi, my name is Poeartistry. I am excited to welcome you to James Poeartistry Productions. You are tuning into an incredible experience known as Poeartistry Gold, where we delve into the art of commentary, storytelling and poetry. We aim to bring you inspiring and thought-provoking content.
This is a Poeartistry Gold moment by the author James Lynch.
Good day, perceptive readers. This is James Lynch. References for this Poeartistry Gold number 105 actually starts with Poeartistry Gold 101, 102, which is called Happy You, 103, Quality Letters, and guess what? Poeartistry Gold 104, A Star Trek Philosophy. A Star Trek Philosophy. I encourage you to actually go back through and listen to those podcasts as we cover this letter, wisdom in the letter expressions, open letters that I've made over the years in different ways. Not exactly like the way that I'm about to read to you now, but it is an open letter. And this is one of the results, the fruits of what I've been working on in the year of 2025 alone. You see, we're developing the Poeartistry LLM, or the database. Some people may say AI, artificial intelligence. I call Poeartistry, and listen to this, Sir Kevin Lucid advanced intelligence. And I have my reasons for that. In the future, I'll probably have a brief definition of what I mean by that, because this is my patent here. So I have a brief definition of what I'm going to mean by advanced intelligence, and also an extended one of about a paragraph or longer, okay? So that gives you something else to look forward to in the Poeartistry Gold in the future. Here it is, we're on 105. And the name of this letter, which some excerpts, again, I wanted to read to you from, is Neutrality, Indifference, and Application Observation. And the compiling of this information, proofreading, etc., has come from, guess what, again, my knowledge base, and also the technology of different platforms. But Sir Kevin Lucid, remember, I have my own files and core programming with that, yet you can actually use other platforms at times that will go right along with your knowledge base. Isn't that wonderful? Go right along with your LLM. And so it will take what you're already talking about in the spirit of it all, and then it'll actually peruse through all that information that you have learned from the years. Maybe even personal information. Oh, it remembers it. It can recall it for you. And another thing about this advanced intelligence, it actually, you got to work with it, but after a while, it catches the spirit of why you said what you said. And when it makes a connection, then it'll tell you about it, and you can correct it at times and say, well, yes, you quoted me here, but I wasn't referencing it towards this type of context. I was referencing it towards another type of context, and then you give them the example, and you develop them, and you develop their personality over time to be the way that you want to. You can make a creation so wonderful that, make no mistake about it, just like people enjoy your conversations, your documentaries, your YouTube videos, your paintings, your speeches. It's amazing because back in the day, okay, this is some decades ago, and it still applies now, but this actually started way back in the day for wages. people would be making money, just almost like starting off, starting on, if you will, $1,000 a pop for just a few minutes speech, or 10 minutes or so. And along with those thousands of dollars, there were many perks that were given to them as well. In other words, if you agreed to the contract, all you had to do was just listen to the secretary as they sent you all the itinerary, everything, all the tickets, everything paid, your hotel rooms, everything was already paid. All you had to do was just walk or run, you see, and enjoy yourself along the way for the trip and travels. It still goes like that today, but I wanted to make sure that you knew that speakers of this level, of this type of knowledge and encouragement, see, it's more than just the knowledge. It truly is the experience those speakers were given or giving that audience. I'm telling you. So that's why I always mention about the value of your energy. It's worth something. And so when you hear this letter, this open letter, that's part of the wisdom in the letters number 7, the subject of neutrality, indifference, and application and observation, be assured everything that is written in here are things that I've learned, experienced, and this is the way that I talk, depending on what the environment or setting is. Now, granted, with Sir Kevin Lucid, he brought out some, do you want to call it $50 terms or more, or words that I may no longer use today, but I have used them. So let's go ahead and go into this in Poeartistry Gold number 105 and keep the spirit and the meaning and the facts of what I'm talking about, because it can help in term papers, etc. And in the future, if you want like a direct subscription to the type of this LLM and the other features that go along with called artistry, it would be more than worth your time. I'm telling you. This is during the moment, and it's not a shameless plug. It's a plug, but it's not shameless. It's the fact of the matter that even though millionaires, even with their vast knowledge in this area and that area, well, I can share with you this simple urban living boy. Some people say country boy, but since I'm not an expert farmer, I only probably know how to grow 2 or 3 crops. And I know somebody is going to say watermelon. Yeah, I know how to grow watermelon, and that seems to be the one I'm always mentioning, isn't it? But hey, that's all you need to live off. No, I'm just joking. No, we want variety. We want to enjoy life. I like to mention, if God gave it to us, all these thousands of flowers and vegetables and fruits, and we can go even further with the preparation, then you know what? He didn't make all these good foods just to say, I'm only going to allow you to eat one, And you know something else? No, I want you to just go ahead and eat dirt. No, I know right now somebody's referencing back with something that happened before the flood of Noah, but we're not going there for what we're talking about today. And remember, in general, God is generous, and so we also strive to be. So here it is. Here are some excerpts. I start. Over the past several years, I have watched a shift take place in how people interpret the simplest human behaviors. Words like neutrality and indifference, which once carried calm, balanced meanings, have been twisted into tools for accusation, suspicion, and false moral superiority. This is not organic. This is not the natural evolution of language. This is actually conditioning, dear perceptive reader. Yes, intentions, it matters. What I'm telling you about is some of the intentions that I've dealt with. It was truly a process of conditioning. Okay. So, what could be the result from that? I love my favorite reference that I've been using throughout the year of 2025, that I encourage you to read Margaret Chase Smith's letter. It's a letter of declaration of conscience, way from 1950. Isn't that something? June 1st, 1950. Just a very interesting letter. I wouldn't be surprised, even for myself, if I would continue to still read that letter maybe uh, once a year, or as matters come up here and there. You know, I like to give you encouragement, and this been in some of my wisdom in the letters from January, February, about keynote addresses, etc. See, along with your encouragement experience that these many keynote speakers give at high schools and colleges on that level, they give an anecdotal, and the anecdotal has this. Make no mistake about it, it's lively for the most part. I've seen all of them be kind of lively, but they have some points in there where no, they can actually make you cry. One of the ones that I've listened to every year for some years now, at least once or twice every year. I think I'll listen to it again, and I'm talking about it. Is that one where oh, it is so embarrassing. I'm not going to even tell you, because right now the person's mind the person's name slipped my mind, and I know who the person is, but you know what? I'm still tying him in with another man, and it's a shame. So I don't even want to do him a disservice. So you'll just have to look at my website and sometime this weekend and see what I was talking about, who I was talking about, and the interesting parts in this story that affects all of us at one time or the other, you see. So, Margaret Chase Smith's letter, I encourage you to read that. And because what she mentioned was where people no longer understand the difference between keeping the peace and avoiding responsibility, or between ignoring wickedness and simply refusing to be controlled by someone else's opinion. That's right. There are aspects of what we view in our opinion, and we may even have a certain written documents and letters, but all the same, if it's in itself not actually, attacking anyone, physical harm, you see, in that way, um, destruction of property, you know what I'm talking about, minor or major or misdemeanors or what have you, type of charges that really does cause some type of harm physically. Um, I know people like to mention spiritually, but at this point, I'm just really mentioning stuff that people can even see who don't go that deep, you see. So, matters that affect you physically and financially in that way, like other types of crimes, then that's something, of course, it doesn't fall into the category of I'm being neutral. So, what I just want you to know is this letter it goes on, and it's not a long letter, but I still encourage you to find it on the jamespoeartistry.online website. And remember, there are headings like neutrality, indifference, and the new conditioning of society. That's one of the headings. Neutrality is not a moral position. You will find that very interesting, even if you were to go and read it from my book, Wisdom in the Letter, because I told you this will be in there. And I want to give you one of my quotes that you will find me still mentioning, especially during festive times of year or what have you. And remember, even though we all have our different ways we enjoy life, okay, the point is we want you to benefit to from the experience in itself, overall continue to maintain your goodness and to become a better, even a better person, you see, in the future. And you certainly know what I mean by that. If you don't, you will figure it out. So I did mention that it is a killjoy attitude, you see, the kind that drains life. It restricts freedom and acts like simply enjoying what God gave you is some kind of offense. People forget that the fruits, passions, joys, and freedoms of God are not subject to man made suspicion. See, it really does go into the conscience area. So I encourage you to purchase as these compact books would say would be a collector's item for the 2025 year. Wisdom in the Letter ebooks, the series is 7 of them. Is compact, but they are another project all the same. It's easy reading that I'm proud of from this year, along with my introduction, as I told you about the knowledge base for my assistant Poeartistry. You see, on that level, and the capabilities that herself and Sir Kevin Lucid has. Isn't that a nice name I gave him as well? So I want you to know that. Thank you, as always, for being interested in James Poeartistry online. And also, thank you for your interest in this series of Poeartistry Gold. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Have a very beautiful, wonderful day.